Good morning, everyone. This side is Megha Narayan, your computer teacher. We are learning new chapter in this video, that is chapter number 8, named as HTML Advanced Features. In this video, as this is the first video of this chapter, we will be learning few number of the features of HTML, bit of introduction, and some more other related topics. Coming up to the HTML itself, before moving towards the tags and the programming of this particular language, let's learn what exactly is HTML all about. Here we go. This is introduction to HTML that tells you that HTML is only needed so that we can create our own websites. Don't you think it's an interesting one? Definitely it is. Using HTML, we can create our own websites. Now the question arises, what exactly HTML stands for? The answer is as simple given in this second point itself. HTML basically stands for Hypertext Markup Language. What does it stand for? Hypertext Markup Language. Now HTML therefore is not a programming language. It is a what type of a language? It is a markup language. Now what is a markup language? Answer is as simple, written in this fourth point on the slide itself. A markup language is set of markup tags. What is tags? We will definitely answer this question in the further slides, but you are supposed to learn this, that HTML is not at all a programming language. In fact, it is a markup language. Markup languages are such languages using which we can basically code different number of the programs, such as like a pen is there at your home. That same pen can be used by any one of them, like your mother, father, etc. sort of the family members, right? Pen is just one. Same is in the case of markup language. There lies small pieces of codes. Those codes can be used in various ways. Okay, this is what exactly a markup language is. Coming up to the next point, HTML uses markup tags to describe the web pages. It is basically using what markup tags. What are markup tags? We will tell you once we are moving further. Keep one thing in mind, HTML is only using markup tags. Next thing, the second last point, HTML is not case sensitive language. That means HTML treats all the capital letters as well as the small letters in the same way. That means either you write in capitals or you write in small letters, both of them will be considered the same. Next one, HTML document contain HTML tags as well as the plain text. That means whenever you are writing anything in HTML, it should be only having these two things. First one is HTML tag, or the another one is simply the plain text. So here we go. Introduction to HTML, we had learned that this HTML is standing for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is itself not a programming language. In fact, it is a markup language. Why should we learn HTML? So that we can create our own websites. Markup language simply means it is a set of markup tags. HTML uses markup tags to describe the web pages. At the same time, HTML treated either capital letters or small letters, whatever you are writing, HTML treated both of them in the same way. This means HTML is not case sensitive. Either I write in small, either I write in capitals, both are same for the sake of this HTML. Okay, for this case of HTML. Now the HTML document contains two things. First is tag, another is plain text. Moving up now to the next one, this slide will tell you regarding what exactly a tag is all about. If we are talking about HTML, HTML is basically made up of tags. A tag is always enclosed in an angle bracket or in an angular bracket. Look on to this point 1. Here you can see an example is written tag HTML. This means that this is right now a word. It is actually a tag. Whenever a tag is used, you can easily identify it that it will be enclosed in angular brackets. In which brackets? Angular brackets or angle brackets. HTML tag normally comes in pairs. Normally it is written, not all. Keep that thing in mind. HTML tag generally come in pairs. That means there will be two existing at the same time for most of them. It's not written always. There are few number of the tags in HTML that only exist, not in pairs, only exist a single one of them. Individually they are existing, okay, but most of them are existing in pairs. Look on to the example in the second point. First one written is HTML. The next one written is closing the HTML. Okay, so if we basically move towards more precising them, we can say that HTML tag starts and next one is HTML tags ends. Therefore, tags are of two types. First one, start tag. Next is and tag. Either you say them start tag or opening tag, or you call them and tag and closing tags. In that case, you can understood that tags are what? Tags are simply enclosed in which bracket? Angular bracket. Therefore, these HTML normally consist of these tags. These tags comes in pairs. Normally, or you can say most of them exist in pairs, like HTML and closing of this HTML done using a slash. These tags are of two types, start and end tag or start opening. Both of them are same. Either you say start tag or opening tag, or you say them and tag or closing tag. First one, as you can see this HTML, no, it is, yeah, this one. Either you call it start tag or opening tag. Second one you can call as and tag or closing tag. That's it. Let's go further. Now the question arises, I understood what is HTML. Okay, I also understood that HTML is made up of tags. The next thing is, how should I start? What should I write? Where should I write, etc. Right? So the easy steps are given there in the slide itself. Write the HTML code in Notepad, just like MS Word, MS Office, all that software we used to have, no? MS Office, inside that MS PowerPoint, Word, etc. existed. Same is in the accessories, in your Windows itself, accessories start and that accessories, there exists Notepad. You might have heard about it. In class 6 also we had learned Notepad. In that case, you can simply open this Notepad. At the end of this particular video, I will show you how to do it. Second steps involve, once you are writing the code, then you are supposed to save it. How you will save it? Simply put the name and at the end put the extension as like .html. This is the extension you would be writing. Third steps involve of viewing the result, how to see or where to see the result. As simple as that, once your code is written of HTML, you had saved it also. The next step involve opening up any of the web browser, Internet Explorer, Netscape, Navigator, etc. Any one of them you can use as per available in your computers itself. The last step involves the purpose of the web browser like Internet Explorer or Firefox is actually to read the HTML document and display them as web pages. Now what happens? You written code in HTML, right? But whenever you are opening website or web pages, is that code coming? Answer is no. We used to have simply the web pages. In the same way, you have written the code in Notepad, the answer will be visible or the particular result will be visible in these web browsers. So what is web browser doing? It is simply helping to read that HTML document, okay, and display them as web pages. So here we go. This is a very basic coding of HTML, stands with HTML itself. You can see first is HTML tag. Next is head tag, title tag. In this title, it is written my first page. Kindly look onto the screen itself. This fourth line I am talking. In this fourth line, it is written my first page. Kindly note it down. This particular thing, no, my first page is written under title. Title open, title close. Therefore, this my first page will be here coming once you are opening the browser, no, it will be written here. So in the case of Google, if we are talking, in that case, in that website itself, in title, What is written? www.google.com. So therefore, whenever we are opening, in the case of title bar, no, this side, it is showing or visible as google.com. Here we had written my first page. Therefore, it is showing my first page in the same way. Next comes up the head. This head is written for the header section. Okay, kindly note this head is written for the header section. Then in this is title present. Next one is body. In this body, whatever you are writing will be written or will be depicted onto the screen itself. Okay, and there the HTML tags closes. Kindly note this down. The very first tag of HTML or whatever you are writing in Notepad, no, for HTML, very first tag will be this opening of HTML tag, and the last one will be also the closing of HTML tag only. That means this particular program, this particular code actually belongs to HTML itself. That's it. So here are few number of the tags that we had just used. Let's read it out their purpose. First one, HTML. As just told you a minute before, it describes HTML web page that is viewed by a web browser. Next is head. This defines the header section. Title shows a caption in the title bar of the page. And last one is the body. This tag shows the content of the web page that is to be displayed. So here we comes with the type of HTML tag. There exists two type of the HTML tag. Okay. First one I had just told you a minute before, start tag or opening tag and ending tag or closing tag. The tags which appears or you can say which exist two in numbers. The tags which are actually available in pairs are called as container elements or container tags. Here you can see the container tags consist of start tag as well as ending tag. Okay, as well as this example is provided. This is opening of HTML and closing of HTML. They exist two in numbers. Fine. Coming up to the empty elements or the empty tag, these are such tags which are only one. They are sole existing, right? They are existing individually. There is no closing for such tags. So this is what called as empty element or empty tags. I guess I had made myself clear. Tags are of two types: container tag or container element and empty tag or empty element. Container element consists of two in numbers, right? Like start and end or opening and closing. Examples are written here: HTML starting and the next one is HTML closing. The next one is empty element. Empty element consists of start tag, or you can say they only have the start tag. They cannot close. They are only existing one in number. All right. Here we move towards the next one. Let's talk about the another tag, that is heading tag code. Now I should tell you, this is the first code you are learning so far, or you can say the first tag we are learning so far. This is the first tag named as heading tag. What is that? Heading tag. Okay. Heading tag actually is written in this way: H1, H2. That means first heading, H1. H2 means second heading, H3 is third heading, and so on. One at a time, you can only use 6 headings altogether. I repeat, one at a time, you can only use 6 headings altogether. All right. And the numbers as keep on increasing, like 1, 2, 3, 4, so on increasing. Their font size will also be decreasing in the same way. That means H1, that means this is number 1. So it will be having, among all of them, no, it will be having the largest font size because this is heading 1. Now heading 2 will be having small font size as compared to heading 1. Let's look here. This is heading 1. So among all of them, as you can see on the screen, this is having font size as the largest one. Second, it is decreasing once you are putting up the number 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. At 6, that means the last heading is actually having the least font size available among all of them. So this was all about the heading tag. So that's it. As I'm sharing my screen with you, now I'm going to show you what exactly we are doing in HTML. My screen is basically shared. All right, so as on the screen, you can see Notepad is open, right? How to open Notepad, you already know that we had learned this in class 6th. Still you have a problem, go to start menu. In that programs and then accessories, you can find it out Notepad easily from there. Once you open up the Notepad, you will write down this code. In this code, it will be like first one HTML, title, then this HTML closed, and here title is closed. Kindly, I want to make this clear to you. So kindly look to this thing very properly. Under this title section, it is written computer 7. That means once you are watching this on that web browser, no, in title bar only, computer 7 would be coming. In title bar, what would be coming? Computer 7. Why? Because this is written under title. What is it written under? Title. The next thing is body. Under body, it is written Learn Computer Class 7. That means it will be written easily on that web browser screen. Now I'm saving it, file. As this is already saved, so I'm saving it as save as. Okay, and I'm going to save it on desktop of mine with this XYZ along with that dot HTML, right? Once I did this, I will click on save. Now it is already saved. Now is the time to view the results. So I'm opening up the browser. Just to save the time, I had already opened this in my taskbar. Now look here. In title, it was coming computer 7. Look onto the screen. In title, I has written computer 7. Same thing is coming here. Look here. In title, it is coming computer 7. While in the case of that body, I had written learn computer class 7. So it is coming easily on the screen. All right. HTML is all about the practice. In this one, we had learned till here only. One more thing I want to show you is regarding the headings. This was the first tag that we had learned. Okay, so I'm now making it as H1 and closing it. Fine. Now this is for H2. This is heading 2. All right, and I'm putting here like the text like online class. All right, and closing this H2 as well. That means H1 is my first heading and H2 is my second heading. I saved it, Control S, going to open it in browser, refreshing it from here. Kindly look onto the changes. This was H1, therefore the font size is large as compared to this one. This was the second heading, therefore it is coming up as a less, the size of this font is less as compared to the first one. So this was all about the class. This video we had learned tag, intro, along with that the basic coding of HTML. Keep practicing. More you practice, more you will learn. Thank you.